more resources.
Honorable Wa Muchomba.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I followed parliamentary committee proceeding, the committee in charge of education of this House, and I picked from that discussions that were there in that about 45,000 children, or rather learners, who have been admitted in the national universities have not been able to afford to report to the universities. And therefore, these are the many children or learners that are going to revert into TVET institutions. And therefore, we expect that the volume and the numbers of the learners that are going to flock TVETs are going to be overwhelming. And therefore, I would appeal to the chairperson in charge of BSc committee to consider adding more money to TVET so that we can be able to accommodate that very, very serious numbers that we are expecting. Thank you.
Honorable Nyoro.
Honorable Chair, thank you very much. And I agree with the sentiments from all the members. Yes, we need money for TVET and for the entire sector of education. However, Honorable Junet and Honorable Gathoni Wa Muchomba, we have a decision to make as a House. Currently, the education sector is the #1 department that we have allocated most of the money. 27% of the entire national government expenditure is going to the education sector. So I want to assure the members that yes, we agree, the current modern economic models that will propel economic growth are all based on education and technology. And that is precisely what we are doing. If you compare the money for TVET in the previous years as now, you'll see it's an upward trend. And I want also to assure them close to 700 billion Kenya shillings in this current budget is going to the education sector.
Allow me to put the question that the programs under the vote 1065 as read out and sums allocated in the schedule be approved. I now put the question. There are some not exceeding 127,986,194,444 Kenya shillings be issued from the consolidated fund to complete the sum necessary to meet the recurrent and development expenditure during the year ending 30th June 2025 in respect of vote 1065. As many as are of that opinion say aye. As many as are of a contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it.
Vote 1066, State Department for Basic Education.
I propose the question. There are some not exceeding 142,263,122,192 Kenya shillings be issued from the consolidated fund to complete the sum necessary to meet the recurrent and development expenditure during the year ending 30th June 2025 in respect of vote 1066, the State Department for Basic Education.
Programs under the vote: primary education, secondary education, quality assurance and standards, general administration, planning and support services.
No amendments. I propose the question that the programs under vote 1066 as read out and sums allocated in the schedule be approved. Member for Kasipul, Kabondo Kasipul, Honorable Ivo Bara.
Thank you very much, Chair. I support the budget, but going forward, I would urge this House, Madam Chair, to consider a policy that we had in place called Edu-Afya. Madam Chair, we are soon going to run into a crisis when our children fall sick in school, because previously they were taken straight because they had the cover, and then the parent would be called. But now, that cover is not there. So when a child falls sick in school, the principal is expected to get money from his pocket and take the child to school and then look for the parent. Can you imagine a situation where there is no money to take that child to school before the parents is able to get to school? So, Chair, Finance, and my chair, this is a matter we have discussed, but the House can look at it as a policy so that it gets back and the money is taken back to take care of our children while they're in school. Thank you very much. I support.
Member for Kwanza.
Madam Chair, I think we should do something on this as well. I quite agree. This is money that we've got students who are very bright.
Members, those intending to speak, kindly use the intervention button. Continue, member for Kwanza.
Yeah, they should not disrupt me. I'm the ranking member here. So I think we should be able to look for funds. And I want to talk to my brother here in charge of the finance so they can be able to see this in basic education. And when you offer that, you should also have some supplementary fee for those who want to do advanced education masters. That is not provided anywhere. Even, you see, you can't use bursaries to do that because we're not allowed. There was no money for students who are actually going for masters. And therefore, I think you should have some little funds for that because those are people who actually be able to bring this country, to push this country forward for developmental sake for the future. So we should have some funds apart from this.
Honorable member for Kiamba.
Thank you, Chair. I support and I really want to call upon the ministry to make sure that the 142 billion shillings that has been released to primary schools, that they make sure that this capitation gets to the children on time and to the headmasters on time so that we can be able to make sure that we support our children as much as possible. Thank you, Madam Chair. I support.
Honorable Nyenze.
Thank you, Chair, for this opportunity. I support, but this capitation, I mean, especially this money for the primary schools on capitation does not reach the schools in time, and we are always having problems. So it's one thing to have the money in the budget, and another thing for the money to be in the pockets of in the schools. So let the ministry ensure that the money is in the schools in time. Thank you.
Honorable member for Sigowet Soin.
Thank you, Madam Chair.